Many of us have seen the street not very far from GPO called WABERA Street. We have never asked ourselves who Wabera is, except maybe a few Kikuyus, because Kikuyus have a name Wafera, but Wafera in Kikuyu is spelled Wabera. Just that spelling, but pronunciation is different. Wabera is a Kikuyu name, and coincidentally, Wabera is also a Gabra, Borana, Buri, hizo kabila za huko juu. There's a name called Wabera. Wabera is one of the Kenyan heroes who played a big part, but apart from WABERA Street in Nairobi, very few people know about it. He was born Daud Wabera. He was a Gabra by tribe. He was a linguistic, fluent in Kiswahili, Borana, Burji, and Redile. And he could speak some broken Kikuyu and Kisomali. But there, I am a bit confused, because my understanding is Borana, Burji, Gabra, they speak the same language. They speak Oromo. So somebody telling me that he was fluent in Borana, Burji, and Gabra. Anyway, because a funny thing about northern Kenya, that is Isiolo and Marsabit. You know, Marsabit means Boma ya Mar. Mar's home. Mar used to be a very big person there. Now, Isiolo and Marsabit, there are several tribes there. They look alike, they speak the same language, but they call themselves different tribes. And yet they fight. So this notion that a tribe is, let's say, they speak the same language and they have the same culture, that is neither here nor there. You'll find that a Tutsi from Burundi and a Tutsi from Rwanda, they don't speak the same language. And a Hutu from Rwanda and a Hutu from Burundi, they don't speak the same language. So language and tribe, on these rare occasions, they are different. Daudi Dabasa Wabera went to Kahuhia Church Missionary Society, CMS, and completed his elementary education in 1939. Later on, he attended the theological colleges with the Anglican Church. Now here is something unique about him. He trained and he was a fully fledged theologian of the Anglican Church. But what many people did not know, and especially his name being called Daudi, he was a Muslim. But you see, those days, people went to different places for education, because if you had to wait for your religion to train you, maybe he would not have gone far. So he was trained and he was a qualified Anglican Church theologian, but he really was a Muslim. After completing the theology courses in the 40s, he was employed as an assistant district clerk in Marsabit. I do not know whether we still have somebody called district clerk, but when I was still in the civil service, we used to have somebody who used to be called a district clerk, and he was just as powerful as a DO, but he was below the DOs. During my time in the civil service, we never had somebody called assistant district clerk. But then there are those ranks which, if you know, like today we are removing P1. So you'll be telling people we used to have teachers called P1. So we used to have a rank called assistant district clerk. Right now, I do not know whether we even have the rank of district clerk. So after being transferred to various districts, he was made a DO. He was made a DO, and he was made a DO for Malindi. And just before Kenya attained independence, he was among the first Africans who were seen to be very qualified, who attended a course in administration in the UK. That list, I think, includes Kina Michuki of Michuki Rules, Kina Matiba. So he was among the first people who went for the administration officers course in UK, and when he came back, he was made the district commissioner for Isiolo. Imagine, just before Kenya attained independence around 1962, he was made the district commissioner in Isiolo, neighboring his Marsabit district. That was a very big rank during those times. And when Kenya was gaining independence, Somalis, actually, if you ask me, I'll tell you that most Somalis, if elections were to be held free and fair, each vote counts, Northeastern would have gone to join the Greater Somalia. But he was among the people who were advocating for Northeastern to remain part of Kenya. So on 28th June 1963, yes, 28th June 1963, 27 days after Madaraka Day, he left Isiolo together with Chief Haji Gelma. They were headed to a place called Garbatula. As they were headed to Garbatula, they were attacked and killed. So he was martyred. He's one of the patriotic Kenyans who died for his country. And it is good that the government remembered him by naming a street within the CBD as WABERA Street. The meaning of Garbatula, it means that it is a never drying well. Never drying well. That is the same with the name Wajer. Wajer. W-A-J-E-R. Wajer. Wajer and Garbatula is the same, only that it is in a different dialect. Just like Habaswein and Nakuru have the same meaning. Habaswein means the wind wool in Kisomali, and Orkur is the same wind wheel. Naitwa nini? Wakikuyu wanaita ngoma shaka. Wild wind, in Kimasai it's called Oloikur. That's why in Nakuru you hear Kivumbini. And in Kisomali it's called Habasweina. Thank you.